Everyone, what's up? It's Junkmaster3 here, and I'm back with another video. And this time it's gonna be a review video. This is gonna be my review of the 1996 film called Fatal Frames, which is, you could clearly say that this is like one of the later giallos, and most people probably say that giallos, those type of genre, like those movies in general, they sort of like lost their charm in the mid 80s to maybe not mid 80s, but towards the end of the 80s. But anyway, now enough about that. This movie is about a let's say, a music video director who goes to Italy to shoot like a music video with this Italian singer. And once he's there, he's some of the background dancers ends up like getting killed in brutal ways by this unknown killer who's walking around with this this here on the front with these type of clothes. So every time he witnesses these murders, of course the police think he's behind it, and he can't really prove himself innocent, because he's like witnessed almost next to all of these murders. So he becomes like the prime suspect in this case. So it's basically up to this guy and this other singer to find out who really is the killer. And there's so many like things going back and forth who the real killer is in this film. So yeah. Now enough about the storyline. I don't want to go that much into the storyline without spoiling anything, but I would say that the ending for this film is very confusing and very weird, and that doesn't really make that whole lot of sense in my opinion. And I would also say that I completely lost track. The running time for this is like 2 hours long, which I think is way too long for a giallo film in general. Especially because if you've seen one giallo film, you pretty not much know what you're in for. So yeah, I think it's way too long. And another thing which I did not like about this film was the overall, not the pacing, but the way it's edited in some ways, because it feels like the actress who plays like the lead, like singer or whatever in this music video type of deal in this film, apparently I think she is the wife of the director, so it feels like there's so many shots of her just shoved in there, which makes it feel like, oh, the director only wants this because it's his wife in this film, which I'm not really sure if that's the case or not, but it just feels like that the way it's edited in some ways. So that really was a little bit annoying as well. And that's pretty much the things which I do not like about the film in general. And I believe some of these characters were dubbed as well, which was a little bit weird. But then again, I mean, most of those giallo films tends to be like dubbed in some ways, one way or another. But anyway, I would say Fatal Frames is still an okay film. I mean, most people probably say this is a piece of garbage, but talking about the music video, I actually think the music in this film is pretty damn good, and very atmospheric. And I really love I would say the cinematography is one of the best things when it comes to this film. I really love the way they shot everything with the light, the blue light and the red light in this film. Really reminded me of older giallo films, like some of Dario Argento's films, and the fog machine is just on all the time when they walk around in these streets, and I really like that as well. And I would also say the death scenes or the special effects in this one is pretty damn amazing as well. So I mean, that's probably the best things about this film. And also it's pretty damn funny because there are some small like I wouldn't say cameos, but like major stars who has like minor roles in this film. So you have Donald Pleasence playing like this professor type of guy. This was apparently the last film. I mean, according to IMDb, this is the last film he did before he passed away. But then I read a little bit more about this, and it seems like he passed away in 95, but he filmed some of these scenes in this film in 93. So that was pretty like 2 years before he passed away. So yeah, and it's pretty damn funny because there's some sequence when they actually place like a little homage to him, because they had like it felt like they had some Halloween theme music in the background in one sequence, which I found to be, at first I was like, what the hell are they doing? But at the same time it felt like, okay, that was just their way of like pretty much like making that in the honor of him, so to say. And yeah, enough about that. Another guy who shows up in this one is Angus Scrimm, who's probably most famous for playing the tall man in the Phantasm series. And yeah, his role is pretty damn small, so I wouldn't say that much more about that. And I don't want to say anything because I don't want to spoil anything. And also Linnea Quigley shows up in this one as well. Pretty big role for her, I would say. But then again, according to Linnea Quigley, actually, they made some interview with her like years later, and she said that some of those some sequence that she filmed was really just horrible. So she did not have that much good memories of the making of this film. And also David Warbeck, who showed up in Lucia Fulci's The Beyond, is in this one as well. So yeah, now it just feels like I'm mumbling on here, but overall I don't really understand why people tend to really hate this film, because this movie has a pretty damn low rating on IMDb. I mean, it does get a little bit boring after a while because it's way too long. Like I said before, it's like pretty much 2 hours long. So it can get a little bit annoying, but if you're a hardcore giallo fan, or if you like atmospheric horror films in general, I would definitely say check it out. The ending still, I think, didn't really make a whole lot of sense in my opinion, but they still tried to do something cool about it, but it turned out to be a little bit confusing in my opinion. But yeah, then again, I still think this is underrated, and this is probably going to sound insane, but I'm actually going to give this film a 6 out of 10. So yeah, 6 out of 10 for Fatal Frames. And this is directed by the guy who made some of the music for Zombie 4 After Death, I believe it's called. I think this guy should really work as a music video director, actually, because it really feels like a music video, but drawn out to 2 hours long and some things in between. So but anyway, Fatal Frames, 6 out of 10 from me. So that was it for that review, and yeah, hope this was enjoyable, and enjoy that sounded weird, but hope you enjoyed. And next time I'm probably gonna make a maybe another review video or an update video, because I have actually picked up some films, even though I said I shouldn't do that. But yeah, anyway, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.